Squeedy dee dee. All right, boys.
Was that the breaking news sound?
That's our that's like the last bar of our intro. Boys, we're back.
Squeedy dee dee.
Squeedy dee dee. Boys,
I do love
we're
that.
back. Tonight,
Harmonic jazz with a little squeedy dee dee.
of course, tonight one of us is drinking, not
No.
wine. We're real responsible. 1911. This is the Shandy. It's a hard cider with a beer appeal. It's actually pretty good, boys.
We're
Gonna
pretty
no
good.
review. We're just gonna.
Just gonna.
There we
Yeah.
go, right in the mic.
We'll right the ship. We'll get back to the things that we know best.
Yeah. So tonight we actually have
yeah.
some topics, some silliness.
Yeah, I had one of those like epiphanies where I'm like, I think it's not that I drink too much. My issue is that I have such alcoholism coursing through the veins of my family.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I have like a drink on a Tuesday night, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't have to do this, but
Mhm.
it's the proverbial open micer in New York City. It's just like, you got to buy your one drink minimum, and you gotta, you don't necessarily have to. Actually, I was drinking club soda for the evening, and I was like, you know what? I just did a set. I'll have a beer. But that's it. And then somebody bought me a drink, and I was like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna be rude.
Right.
But then I stopped after that. It wasn't like I was like really putting them down. But I always get, it's something I can't fight. I'm just like, there's so much alcoholism and abuse in my family that I'm like, I need to not be that guy.
Yeah. No, I get it. You wanna be the one that bucks the trend.
Yeah. Well, that's not even so much that. I have so many other plans that I have laid out that I don't want to fuck them up. So I'm doing the best that I can. However, for the sake of the Wine Boys podcast, I feel like, I think a glass of wine is not going to, I mean, technically it's healthy.
Red wine's supposed to be good for your heart.
Yeah. And we're getting into that season. It's a blustery 47 degrees in New York City right now.
Okay. It's like 39 right now in Syracuse. So it's Mother Nature's coming, baby.
Yeah. Mother Nature's going to come all over you. Ooh.
We back.
Mother Nature's come snow. Oh yeah.
Ooh, Jesus.
Do you think she laughs at the first snow of the season and she's just like she's squirting on us with snow? She's just like
flipping the bean, just flicking the bean.
Yeah. She's just
she might be.
Yeah, she's having one of those multiple orgasm evenings where she just drops multiple squalls on you. She's just like, oh yeah.
Mother Nature's a cruel mistress.
Yeah.
And then she smokes a cigarette after. That's the morning fog.
Yeah, the female orgasm of Mother Nature is just multiple squalls. That's what it is. And the morning fog is just the drag of the cigarette.
Yep, that's it. It's just like, lingering.
Ooh. Zeus, you are phenomenal.
So many D batteries.
Oh god.
Well, actually, no. Everything's like rechargeable now.
I was gonna say, yeah. I was actually having a conversation with a female the other evening, and I go, how long? We were having the conversation about like, kind of how long has it been? And she was just like, for me, I mean, she goes, but do sex toys count? I go, no, they don't. I said, I'm talking about like human interaction. She's like, because I like got off before I came to see you, and I'm like, okay.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh. I literally said that. I didn't say hashtag me too. I said I had to before I got here because I didn't want to discharge my firearm in the club. And she was like, she goes, you talk funny. And
like,
so.
Nah, bitch, you don't get it.
Yeah. She's just like, I'm against gun violence, and I'm just like, I'm against speaking to you anymore. Goodbye.
I'm against gun violence. It's upstate humor. You wouldn't get it.
I think it's just comedic in general.
I think so.
Usually, if somebody doesn't understand the joke, they're not worth your. I believe truthfully, and I don't mean to be rude here, but they are really not worth your time, because what's going to happen is you're going to have a laughless individual in your presence, and that's not. It's not conducive to your my lifestyle in particular, but it's just not conducive to support in general.
Here's what I kind of found in life though, is that I think everybody has a sense of humor, but we don't all find the same things funny. So there are some people that they think that babies are absolutely hilarious, just a hoot, a real barrel of kittens.
Um,
And then there are
they
other people that are like, yeah, man, give me farts and boner jokes.
Everybody's got their own sense of humor.
Everybody
Yeah,
does.
I think babies look like alien abominations. Uh,
Exactly.
and but I mean, do I think? I also like I was having a conversation with a comic last night, and we were talking about the idea of the individual, or like a comic's point of view when it comes to marriage and children.
Hmm.
Because a lot of like younger comics in particular are just like, I never want kids, I don't want to do that. And then him and I were kind of talking. He's like, there's a like, especially like people in their 30s that just want kids. Like
Yeah.
that's he goes,
Like
and
that's a
there's
totally
really,
normal thing.
yeah, he goes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
Hmm.
I was like, I had a conversation at a show. I did a show the other night, and I was like, I just was talking to these people that were in the front row because they were a young couple. She had an engagement ring on. I was like, you guys just got engaged. I said, do you want to get married? Or not married? Do you want to have kids? And she's like, at some point. I go, okay, that doesn't answer my question. I said,
Hmm.
Are you one of those young couples that are like, I don't want to have kids? And she goes, we do eventually. I go, okay. I said, let me rephrase the question. Do you like doing stuff? And she's like, yeah, we're planning on going like on a long trip in a couple of months. I go, okay, so you do want to have kids, just not right now.
Hmm.
And she goes, yeah, that's correct. I go, all right, so you did not answer my question. Yeah, because she was like really confused. And I was like, do you want them? All you had to say was yes.
Uh-huh.
She's like, I'm not sure. Just this waffling back and forth.
Yeah, but also part of it though is like, oh man, serious boys here. So
Mhm.
life in general has gotten more expensive. Like it is more expensive for our generation than it was for our parents' generation.
I mean, yeah, just look
And
at the rent in
also,
New York City.
oh God, it's crazy. I mean, and then also on top for a decent place by yourself, you're spending at least 2 grand a month
I mean,
minimum.
by yourself, yeah. I
A,
mean,
a decent place where you
which
don't
is
have roommates.
yeah, which is unheard of. I mean, even the people I mean, I know people that are doing halfway decent and they still have two roommates because they want to have a semblance of a life.
Right, right. So with that being said, rent in New York is crazy. Buying a place is pretty much out the window for most people,
Mhm.
unless you live in a place where like nobody really lives there. And then because of that, our whole generation saddled with student loan debt.
Mhm.
The boomers fucked up the economy, so they can't retire, which means that there's no room for us to get in. We kind of have to forge our own way. So because of that, our generation is taking longer to do things like get married because weddings are expensive, have kids because kids cost money, buy houses because we're priced out of the market. And I'm saying that as a millennial that was able to do all three of those things, but I know that I'm incredibly lucky.
Well, yeah,
So,
but you're also somebody that but you guys had a plan and you had everything. You essentially like set up the idea like, okay, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have a kid, we're buying a home, and like you just laid that all out because you're a sensible adult.
true, true,
I'm a trash bag individual.
true. But even part of that though is we both share the same values and we had kind of the roadmap already for us. Like both of us come from households where like this was expected.
Hmm.
Like it wasn't like, oh yeah, like it's great. No, no, no. Like this was the expectation. So I guess in a certain regard, that's privilege in a way,
Sort of,
but
yeah. I was gonna
not
say,
everybody has that. So for that reason, I would say, I'm thankful, but not everybody's in my situation.
yeah, and I think
So
the idea of like, and maybe it's like, as I think everybody's expectations of, especially their parents, are like, get married, have kids,
mhm,
do all
mhm.
the things that we did.
Right. And not everybody can do that. It's not realistic. So you talk to, the 26-year-old couple that's sitting in front of you, and it's like, okay, my mom had me when she was 25. Realistically, I had my first kid when I was 28. Realistically, for women, that biological clock is something. And I know people don't like it when you bring up biology in terms of like, you know, sex and gender, but baby, this is just a fact. Once you turn 35, it gets really hard to conceive a child.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just a fact. That's just the
Yeah.
truth. Like,
Yeah,
so
probability goes down.
yes, you got way less eggs. The eggs you got left are old. They're ready to shrivel up and fall out of you. You know, so
Science.
yeah, you just got these old dusty eggs.
You got these fucking 3-day. You got these 3-day-old brown eggs.
Just day old bread all up in your snatch. So,
oh God, I'm pretty sure that's a yeast infection.
Serious boys got to make a nasty turn.
I was gonna say, let's get back on track. Let's talk about.
But the point is, though, is like once you get to a certain point, so it seems like a lot of people in our generation are waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and it gets to a certain point where it's like, baby, you waited too long, because at this point, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So,
I think I know I'm kind of back out dating a little bit, so I've had different perspectives from different women who are just like, I want my career, and I want to open a gluten-free bagel shop, and
cool.
then I'm just cool. And then there's other girls that are just like, my family's super religious, and I would like to have a kid.
So also part of it, though, I think a lot of people get wrong. This whole I want my career thing is you can have both.
Yeah, as long as
you got to make sacrifices.
Yeah, you have to understand.
It's not one or the other. You can have both. You're gonna have to make some sacrifices, but you can have both.
Mm-hmm. And
it's hard, and you got to work at it, but you can have both.
It's a mentality thing, because I feel like because I'm in that boat, because I truthfully do not want to have children. And it's not to just be like the comedian that wants to just basically say like I can't be held down by anything. I am simply to my craft. Like I'm not that type of individual. And I think selfishly, I just don't. I mean, and it's hard for my family to hear that, because they're all like, well, my mom had me when she was 22, 23 years old. Yeah. I mean, she was young. And again, it was more of a situation of the time, which again, it's just generational difference. It's a difference of the wage gap difference, the difference of cost of living, which is up literally 10 times more than when our parents were having us.
Oh yeah.
It's like, dude, like for the apartment that I would be living in now would be probably $1,200 to $1,300 less than I was paying what I am. Like, it's just.
Dude, I remember when me and my wife were looking at our first house, right? And I told my dad what our budget was. And he was like, why are you looking at such expensive houses? Now, my dad was a realtor for years, but then he started up his own business, like, probably about 15 years earlier or whatever. And I was like, Dad, how much do you think houses cost? And then he was like, not that much. And I was like, let's open up Zillow.
And you just comb through.
Yeah. And then he's like, damn. And he was like, Gerald, do you realize that when I first started selling real estate, I didn't know one person living in a $100,000 house? And I was like, really? Like, they can make a house for that little?
You'd be like, damn, you old, Dad.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then he was like, so to just see these house prices, like, and to see what his house is worth now, he was like, this is astounding.
It is, right?
And I was like, crazy. Yeah. And you couple that with the fact that wages have pretty much stayed the same, but just the general cost of has gone up so much. It's like, yeah, no wonder why a generation is like, yeah, I think I'm going to put it off. And obviously you got the people that don't want to have kids, people in your boat, and that's fine. That's fine. But just for the people that are putting it off, it's like, dude, you might wait too long. It's just.
Yeah, I believe I know some people that I'm close to that are like that. I'm like,
we're married, but we're going to wait. Like, for what? You're 32 years old. Get on it. Like,
get on it. You're already finishing there. All right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Just stop taking that pill. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just the aspect. It's just so easy to not pull out.
It's like it was meant to be.
I know. God, it's so hard.
Yeah. Well, it's
It's the
literally.
hardest. I know, but it's like not right now, but like in general, it's just like,
yeah.
I mean, but why?
Why? Why,
God? All right. Let's
finish.
talk about
no.
All right. Well, elephant in the room. Let's talk about our boy Andrew Cuomo. Finally, is getting indicted on misdemeanor charges for groping an aide, which is a fun sentence. Groping an aide.
Groping an aide. He
I think
rubbed her. He inappropriately massaged her breast under the shirt.
Yeah, which I think is. My only thing that I've missed thus far of his resignation are the press conferences. I've missed them so much because of the way that because I just want to. This is why I'm honestly excited for this charge, because I want to see more of him.
I think he's a smart guy though. He is staying far away from the media.
I know, but I miss the today. Hello, I just need to answer a couple of questions. I first and foremost have to say, I kiss women on the cheek. I do
at this
that.
point, he's like, New York, I let you down.
New York, I'm sorry. I like breasts. Am I supposed to not like them?
I'm a 63-year-old Italian man
with gauge nipple rings. Am I supposed to? Am I supposed to sit here and look you, my fellow you New Yorkers, in the eyes and say I don't like tits? Because that's not right. I'm a man of principle.
My mother, she's 98 years old. God bless her. She nursed me.
Great set of tits.
Great set of tits. At 98, can you believe that?
You think they'd be hitting the floor? Not Mrs. Cuomo.
They sit up like this. Mario's wife.
Mario's wife.
I named a bridge after my father.
Did I mention the bridge?
Here's what sucks so much though about Cuomo is just like a year and a half ago, he was America's darling.
I know.
He was America's zaddy. All right. We talked about
there
this.
Was big zaddy energy coming off of Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah. This is juxtaposition between him and Trump, where it'd be like Cuomo would come on TV at like 11 a.m. He'd talk to us for 2 hours. It's bad, but we're gonna get through it. We're New York tough. Like in just
and I would just
go over the numbers. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not good, but we can get through this. Wear your mask. Like
just the straightforward quality of his press conferences.
Yeah,
made
but it was comforting.
Made every aunt and mother
and just the whole family.
Everybody was just moist and ready.
Oh my God.
I would get phone calls from my mom and she's just like, I'm watching the Cuomo press conference. She's just fanning herself.
Yeah, I need a cigarette.
I don't know. I didn't like him before,
but now
this straightforward conversation.
Yeah, and you just got but you compared him to Trump because Cuomo would cut off, Trump would come on, and it was just a fucking three-wing circle. Yeah, Fauci would come on first, and he'd basically reiterate everything Cuomo said. We need to do the right things. We need to be safe. We can get through this. And then Trump comes on, that fucking Fauci guy, yeah? That's bullshit.
What's this asshole talking about?
These masks are for pussies, am I right?
Yeah.
We need to open up the economy.
Yeah. Look at you wearing the biggest mask.
Yeah. Wearing the biggest mask, it covers your ears. Yeah.
Yeah. Your mask is so big, it covers your ears.
Show your taxes. Who is that? Security?
Yeah. I'll show my taxes when you stop wearing masks. Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. Don't be a pussy. Maybe we should drink some bleach. Hydroxychloroquine. Yeah. And then
maybe with some Clorox will wipe out the coronavirus.
Yeah. Just complete opposite. And here we are a year and a half later.
Still
Trump is
happening.
still playing golf 6 times a day,
Still playing golf 6 times a day.
Living in Florida.
Jerking off to Santos every time chance he gets.
Right.
Look at the job the D-man's doing.
Yeah, and now Cuomo, well, grabbing titties, and there's still a bunch of dead people in a nursing home somewhere.
What are you gonna do, right?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
We're New York tough.
We're New York tough, especially those nursing homes. I mean, I
Mhm.
wish they'd get tougher because shit's about to get real.
Yeah.
Imagine if he just had the foresight to be that person where he was like, well, things are bad. Nursing homes worse, but things are bad.
If he just had the force.
And then you have the one person who's just like, I'm sorry, what was that last part? He's just like, what? I'm sorry, we were talking about the charts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've noticed, my charts keep going up. It's like my approval rating. Ha ha ha.
But yeah, if only he had the foresight just to say, listen, I painted a grim picture about New York. I've left some things out.
Remember when I said things are bad? So much worse.
Especially in the nursing homes and the prisons.
And there's occasional factory outbreaks, but we need the chicken.
Tyson chicken.
How am I gonna make my chicken parmesan on Sunday?
Yeah.
With a gabagool if I can't.
Imagine he's
get
talking.
My factory workers healthy.
Imagine him just addressing the nation, and then he's sitting at a table with a Tyson chicken banner like behind him.
Oh, he would have advertising.
This is sponsored by Tyson Chicken.
First and foremost, before I start my press conference, it's sponsored by the fine people of Tyson Chicken.
It's delicious because I eat it and you're paying me for it.
This chicken is also New York tough.
When you cook it for too long.
So tough it's got 4 tits.
Those genetically modified birds keep me New York tough.
Yeah.
Look at my brother, Chris. He can lift 100-pound dumbbell over his head.
Yeah.
No effort.
No effort. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson can't, but Chris Cuomo can.
Yep. 100-pound dumbbell. Imagine that. Tyson Chicken.
Yeah. I think honestly the biggest red flag was when the book came out. As soon as the book hit the shelves, I was just like, oh, this is a sociopath. Okay.
Yeah.
Which again, politicians are.
Yeah.
To think that they're not is psychotic.
Yeah. No, as soon as you saw that, you were like, this is going too well for him right now.
Yeah. Like, when's
the shoe's about to drop?
The shoe's going to drop. Yeah. Where is it? When's it going to happen?
Yeah.
And then just so many gropings.
You know what, though? It could have been worse. They could have been underage.
Yeah.
They could have been.
I mean, he was a weirdo, but he was a respectable one.
Well, I mean, they were young, but they weren't too young.
Yes.
Because all those women are their early 20s, mid 20s.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, hey, like at the end of the day, so we'll kind of see how things transpire. I mean, we're kind of in flux as a city now because we just we elected a new mayor yesterday.
Yep.
Which it was a landslide, which was to be expected.
Oh, you knew that was coming though.
Yeah. Although I loved when Curtis Sliwa brought his fucking cat to the polling station. And I'm just like, oh my God. I said, and the fucking just the if you find the photos of the cat, the terrified look on its face where it's just like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm a domestic house cat.
Take me back to Tribeca.
Take me back to Tribeca where I belong. You fucking anarchist.
What the fuck, man?
Do you have you no thought process on what a cat would do in the wild like this?
Are we above 110th Street?
Yeah.
Are we above 110th Street? Take me back to the Upper East Side where I belong.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think Eric Adams is he is such a New York candidate.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he hit the ballot, I was like, oh, that's a winner if I've ever seen one.
Absolutely.
I mean, all I know is that, black from an impoverished part of New York City police, and I'm like, this guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, give him the fucking key to the city.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, you knew that was coming.
Yeah. The fact that even I think Sliwa actually got like 29% of the popular vote still. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How is that happening?
Yeah. Well, even then 29%, winning with what?
Actually,
70% of the vote, that's still a landslide.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me see. Because I think the results finally came fully. I mean, it's not like that. The New Jersey Board of Elections are recounting as we speak. Yeah, no, this was pretty much a landslide. I mean, the results don't even matter. He's going to be the mayor effective, January 1. Bill de Blasio in his oh god, I can't wait for him to be a public individual again.
Yeah, yeah.
Can see him eating Shake Shack the way he daintily ate Shake Shack was the thing that bothered me the most. It wasn't the stage name. It wasn't the fucking fork and knife pizza, because I've seen plenty of people in New York eat pizza with a fork and knife.
It's fucking weird, but okay.
Go to the financial district. You won't see a man with a slice of pizza in his hand.
No, he's gonna use fork and knife. He doesn't want to get any grease on his shirt or whatever.
On his very expensive, overly priced suit.
Yeah.
What you're running into is then when he's doing that press conference and he's just so cockily eating like a cheeseburger and fries, but he's eating the cheeseburger as if the cheeseburger is going to run away.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like taking these little rabbit bites.
Let me give you a little inside baseball here, because I've hobnobbed with a few politicians locally. Okay. Particularly the mayor of Syracuse, right? I've been to a fundraiser or two, right? Yes. And if you stay,
I went to one as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, one particular fundraiser I was there late after the fundraiser ended, and that was once everybody left, that was when the mayor sat down to eat
and became a person.
He was a regular person eating. Like, he was a neat person, but he was still. You could tell he's very conscious of how he was eating, but he was still like purposely, I'm going to wait till pretty much everybody is gone and then I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. And he even said that. He was like, oh, this is just, and I brought it up. I was like, man, like, you're really dainty over there eating. And he was like, oh, this is on purpose. I wait till everybody leaves and then I can sit down and eat. So that way not everybody's like watching me sit and eat.
Yeah.
And I was like, a real ass dude.
Yeah, a guy that
vote for you again.
That's conscious of his public image, like a politician.
Yeah.
The fact that Bill de Blasio is doing a fucking COVID briefing and he's just like, I'm just going to show you how much I support the local business of Shake Shack.
The local national chain of Shake Shack.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong.
With locations in every major airport in the country.
Yeah, location in every major airport in like the most populous parts of New York City. Don't get me wrong. Shake Shack slaps.
Shake Shack's delicious.
So
but
good.
Local eatery, I think.
Yeah, but there's just fucking. You ever watch somebody eat and like wanted to punch them in the face? Like, that's what I was watching that day. I was like, this dude, not only does he have a very punchable face, but he also has a punchable eating face, which is just which is supposed to be two different types of individual. All I get is just Billy D. Billy D is on the streets. He's a marked man at this point. I feel really bad for him.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Look, I just want to see one person look as cool eating something as Ryan Gosling did in that one movie. Oh, fuck.
Which?
It's the movie with Crazy Stupid Love.
Crazy Stupid Love, yep.
Okay, did you ever see it?
I did.
Okay. Remember the scene where he meets up with Steve Carell at the mall and Ryan Gosling is looking sexy while eating a slice of pizza? Okay? I want to see one person look that cool while eating something as he does.
Well, pizza in particular is just it's just a tough food to navigate, especially if it's like right out of the oven.
He went for the appropriate fold and he just like went at it. And
I watched somebody eat pizza with like they did like the 3-finger fold thing. So they did so they basically made a plate with their 3 fingers and then just took the index and thumb and folded it over. And I was like, that is some fucking next level New York pizza eating. I was fascinated by it because I don't have the dexterity to
It takes
actually
a certain amount of, you got to fold. I do the fold personally.
I do the, the finger index fold with the middle finger in the middle, just like really get it in there, and I hope I don't wear it, basically.
Yeah.
I got a weird look the other day. If I can just sidetrack, I ordered a slice, and I asked for it to be half cooked, and he didn't understand what I meant. He goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "Just put it in the oven for like a minute." And he goes, "You don't want it hot?" I go, "I want it warm." And he goes, I don't want to get it. I said, I kind of like the cheese to be a little cold still.
Yeah. But also, you want to be able to eat it now. You don't want to burn your mouth on it.
Yeah. I said, he's like, he goes, the best part is when the sauce gets in the cheese. I said, I don't want that. I'm just like,
that's not what I'm here for, Paco.
I'm here to steamroll this pizza into my face hole so I can so I can hit my next spot.
Right.
The only reason
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, bro.
The only reason I'm eating this pizza right now is because if I don't eat this pizza, I'm going to fall asleep on the stage. Yeah. So I'm roughhousing this pizza into my face.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to describe to him, my friend went to college way upstate New York, almost near Canada, and there was this pizza joint there that was just a late night pizza place, open till 3, and they would do cold cheese slices, not like cold cheese from the display. They would have the cold cheese pizza. They throw it in the oven, and then when it came out, they put just a stack of cold mozzarella on it. Dude, you don't know. It was like it hit everything that you wanted. It's like, it's cold, it's hot, it's got texture. And I like explained it to the guy at this shop, and he goes, "That's fucking weird." I'm like, and I go, "Yeah.
That's how we've been doing it here for centuries."
Yeah. "Oh, I'm sorry. Is hot pizza not good enough for you? My blood, sweat, and tears is my notice recipe."
Come on, calm down, Rocco.
Yeah, my favorite pizza joints.
Take a pill for your pressure.
Yeah. My favorite pizza joints are the ones that have the cans of the San Marzano tomatoes like used as wall decorations.
Oh, of course.
Those are my favorite places. Just like, not artwork, but just cans of tomatoes. That's nothing says like thoroughly full-blooded Italian than like, hey, here's me eating a slice with Jerry Seinfeld and all the cans of tomatoes.
Jerry Seinfeld, Jay Leno, tomatoes.
That's basically it.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. We have to talk about our good friends. Great segue here. They eat pizza in weird ways. QAnon.
No, they eat pizzas in basements. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They're the kind of people that when they get pizza delivered, they just text the driver, leave it at the door, money's under the mat.
Yeah. It's fragments of a gold bar. I don't trust it.
I don't use financial institutions. They can't be trusted. Did I mention I have Q level access to the government?
Yeah. So Q had an event recently in Dallas, Texas. Where,
of course, where else?
Of course, Dallas, Texas.
The only other place I can think of is Orlando, Florida, but
I don't know if you call them drops or you might as well call them prophecies at this point. The prophecy is that JFK Jr. was going to return to the spot where his father was killed in, Dallas, Texas. He was going to emerge and declare Donald Trump the real president of the United States. And he would be the vice president. JFK Jr. would be the vice president. Now,
regular Easter Sunday.
Now, the day came, the day went, a whole bunch of Q lovers gathered in Dallas, Texas, by the book depository. Nothing happened, okay?
Right.
And the thing about QAnon is they predict so many different things, and then like it doesn't happen. So then what they do is they just say, we got the date wrong. Q got the date wrong. It's really going to be this day, and it'll be like someday like 3 months from now, right?
Yeah.
So there's a few reasons though why that wasn't going to happen. few obstacles in the way, minor details. JFK Jr., he died about 20 years ago. His plane went down over the Atlantic Ocean. And I know some conspiracy theory folks are saying like, well, they never recovered the body. What happened to the body? It was over the Atlantic. I don't know where he would go. Minor details.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we're kind of a country with laws. Like, you can't just be a dead president's son and just kind of declare that someone's the president. And it's like, all right, man, I guess he's got the juice now.
Yeah, I guess you win.
I guess you win, bro. All right. I'll move out. You can come in, man. Fuck my wife too. Like, it's just not how that works. What do you think about this?
I think Q is more and more becoming an absentee dad. Like, it's just like, oh shit, your birthday was yesterday. We'll get the next one.
Yeah, we'll just get the next one, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it's Christmas. Well, New Year's is coming up. I'll come to that.
Yeah.
And then New Year's comes and he doesn't come, and it's like, well, shit.
Shit. When's the next holiday?
Valentine's Day. It's coming up. Or
how about this? Veterans Day. You like ice cream?
You like ice cream? We'll get ice cream. Veterans Day comes and passes. Then you see your dad with another child eating ice cream, and you're just like, okay, all right, Q. Now it feels like you're just rubbing it in.
It's Sandy's kid.
This is Dad. No, I think it's just I took myself away from Q theories probably 6 months ago now. Because I got so deep into QAnon casualties on Reddit. But like the stories of just legitimate like sadness coming from these people was like making me feel bad, and I was just like, for my mental health, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So anything involving
I've read some recently. Every now and then I pop back in whenever I
and you
hear...
know what, and I have been like, I every time I scroll past the story, I'm like, not today. And I keep circling back, thinking like I'm going to read one of these, and I just know what's. But the thing is, though, just like a QAnon conspiracy theory, I know what I'm gonna get, which is falsehood, which then turns into anger, which then turns into sadness. Like, it's just, it's not a, like, it's just so. How bad do you need friends that like that's. Because I'm a 30-something comedian in New York City, and I see all the same people all the time. Not once do I go, "Hey, man, let's make our relationship stronger by joining QAnon." Like, we don't. That doesn't happen. You know how we strengthen our relationship? I go, "Hey, do you want to get on a QAnon forum and mercifully make fun of these people until they get sad? Because that's what I want to do." Like, do you want to find this incel that's getting dangerously close to hurting himself and then get him over the edge? Because that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah. Like, let's get him there. He's been talking about hurting himself for a while. Let's give him a reason.
Yeah. Well, just some of them are just after reading that story about JFK Jr. coming back, I was pretty much like, these people really believe this shit. I don't know how, but they do. I was like, I gotta go over to QAnon casualties just to read some shit. And most of the stories were about the vaccine. Like, at this point, most of the stories are about the vaccine and how the QAnon people are just refusing to get it.
Yeah, well, there's nothing else to talk about.
Right. It's like, Trump's not in office, so it's like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, they can only make fun of Biden's stammering ass for so long. And it's like...
But I gotta say, the worst one I read was really like, old tired boy. Anyway, the worst one I read was this man's wife is on there writing about how he didn't get the vaccine, doesn't want to get the vaccine, and then found out that his job is mandating that he has to get the vaccine by a certain date or else he's going to lose his job. and he's basically decided that this is the hill he's going to die on. He's refusing to get the vaccine. And she's like, at this point, like, I've gotten the vaccine. Our teenage kid got the vaccine, but like, dude, you have a family that you need to provide for. Like, I can't afford to carry all of our bills. Why would you not get it at this point? Like, I got it a while ago. I'm fine. We know a bunch of people that got it a while ago. They're fine. Just get it and be done with it. And he's just up and down refusing to get the vaccine. I don't care. I'd rather be poor than get this vaccine. And I'm like, this is just sad. So,
I mean, as somebody that is vaccinated and also poor, I would say definitely would like the vaccine more.
Yeah.
It's just the idea of getting out in public. I mean, that's really why it's literally the only reason I did it. But I had a point to make, and I'm trying to circle back to what we were talking about. But like I watched Biden do his press conference at the climate conference in Glasgow. There's also so many videos that are viral that of him just falling asleep.
Of course.
Like during multiple keynote speeches that are happening like at this this humongous event that's supposed to help humanity, and he's just like, nah.
Yeah, he's just
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but he's almost 80 years old. Like, you know what old people do? Like, fucking
naps.
My grandfather after every meal would just be like, well, nap time.
Yeah.
And that's what old people do.
Yeah.
That's what
we're going on power reserve real quick.
Yeah. They control alt delete themselves, and then they wake up, and then when he gets on the press conference, he gets on the podium and does his delivery, it's just horrible to watch. Like, the only thing I can say about Donald Trump from a television rating perspective, a fucking goldmine. The guy was just fun. It's just fun to watch.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's just fun to watch. Was he a good
charismatic?
Politician? No.
Not at all.
Is he a sociopath? Yes.
Yeah.
But Joe Biden is the missionary sex of presidents. It is so boring.
Yeah.
Oh,
but he's gonna get up on stage. He's gonna talk.
At least Obama had some fucking sizzle, man. He was just, like, he was boring, but like in a fun, like, cool black way. Like, he's just like, yo, like, Barack is really making some points, and he can hit a three. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, Biden's just sitting there, just eating every bag of shit. And it's just like,
come on, man.
And it's like, and there's people that are, I was like, is there a redeemable quality in this individual that I can pinpoint? And I can't find one. There's nothing there.
Listen, honestly though,
it's so fucking boring.
I know, but Trump was just a wild man. All right.
Yeah,
he was the kind of guy.
But it was fun.
But he was the kind of guy that was gonna lie to you and make you think he had all this money. But why is that $20 missing out of my purse after our date?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the kind of guy that's gonna spit on your back.
Don't you need my money?
Right. He's the kind of guy that's gonna fuck you, and then you wake up in the morning, he's not there, and there is no food left in the refrigerator.
No.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a real man.
He's the kind of guy that after a lovely date, he'll pick a fight with you and then leave you on the side of the road. Yeah. All right.
He's the kind of guy. Yeah, he's the kind of guy that would raw dog a porn star and then just kind of dismiss her as a person afterwards. Yeah. Which I think is honestly the most boss shit you can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like, who, Stormy? The weather's fine. He's just.
How many hookers has Trump not paid in his day?
I would say a baker's dozen at least.
Minimum.
I mean.
A baker's dozen?
I'm like I said, I'm spitballing here.
I'm gonna say a 50-pack of donut holes.
Baker's dozen sounds good for the bit, all right? And that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm just saying, that little 50-pack of Munchkins? from Dunkin' Donuts. Minimum.
What a pivot, I gotta tell you though, because now we're in November. The pivot of Dunkin' Donuts advertising is phenomenal. Because like literally yesterday, I was at the Dunkin' Donuts around the corner from my place, got a coffee, everything pumpkin. I go in today and it looks like fucking the North Pole, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys got some workers here. Like,
listen, Mariah Carey just emerged from her coffin.
Yeah.
We're gonna be assaulted by that song for the next 2 months.
I get to listen to Michael Bublé on repeat.
Jesus Christ, Michael Bubble.
Yeah, Michael
motherfucker, it's Bubble. All right, I refuse to call this man Bublé. I'm not French. It's freedom fries, motherfucker. Liberty cabbage.
Liberty cabbage. Large fries, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think
Bubble. Stupid bitch.
I listen here, you stupid bitch.
Stupid bitch. At least John Legend puts out other music.
I deeply get upset when people like Michael Bublé. They're just like, oh my god,
lights.
They're like, I love that one song. I was like, you mean the fucking same one? That sound like they're all the same. He's the Nickelback of classical music.
Oh my god, jazz standards.
Yeah. He's just new age Tony Bennett. Like, it's just.
Yeah. Listen, jazz used to be cool, and then they slathered that shit in mayonnaise.
The thing is, it's funny though, because like a comic drove us to an open mic the other night, over in Brooklyn, and his default station was like a jazz station on his radio, and it was like really good. It was like classic jazz.
Yeah.
And he's like a 20-year-old kid, and I go, why the fuck are you playing this right now? He goes, it calms me down, man. I like it. It's good music. I go, man, that's smart. I said, you get girls that come in this car and they're just like starting to fuck around with the dials, and you slap their hand and you could be like, bitch, you need some culture.
Listen, if you want a great album in general, listen to The Birth of Cool by Miles Davis.
Oh, that I used to listen to that when I was like writing papers in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just listen to that. Like, that is great.
Yeah.
And
it's baby making music right there. I mean, do you want a woman to trust you with her every move? Put that shit on.
It's just
you put that on and she'll just be like, I mean, he's mysterious.
The Birth of Cool is what emotions feel like.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen.
Makes sense.
I gotta go back out later tonight. I'm gonna listen to that.
Yeah.
I think it'll actually calm me down, because
it's a great album.
Today was just a day. I don't know what it was. Like, it was one of those days where literally I swear to God, I hit a mic before we hopped onto this podcast. A black cat ran across in front of me. Ooh. And I was just like, oh man. I said, I'm gonna get hit by a bus. Like, damn it. Like,
that's kind of what I miss though about or even like with singers. We were talking about Michael Bublé, right? You
Bubble.
Listen to some Michael Bubble. Yeah, fuck him. Michael Bubble. You listen to some fucking Otis Redding, right? Just listen to like Cigarettes and Coffee. Oh my God. Like it
feels like I'm walking into it.
Feels like.
Like, I get a good vibe from the cafes that are playing that stuff. Like, mind you, there's some like contemporary cafes around the city that are very like, they're like too fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, you ever walk into one of those cafes before?
And
really
in
New York?
Wu-Tang or some shit?
No.
Okay.
They're just playing like ska music, and like they don't have necessarily seats. They just have a singular wood block that everybody sits at. And they're just like, we want you guys to all cohabitate. And I was like, I want you to go fuck yourself. That's
I don't know these people. I don't want to be this close to these people.
I walked into a cafe in Midtown, and they had this set up. They're playing like Real Big Fish is like coming out of the speakers, and they're just like all wired up on espresso, and they're like, how can we help you today? And I was just like, you can help me by turning this goddamn song off.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to write to this shit. I was like, I don't know if you guys know anything about artistry, but this ain't it, homie.
Well, it was in 98.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. All right. I had a Real Big Fish phase.
Yeah.
And I did see them live in concert. I'm not even going to lie. I did. And was it a great show? It was.
Yeah, but
The
it was
guy,
before you went through shit as
the
an
guy
adult.
threw his trombone into the crowd and hit a person. It was
Yeah.
awesome. He
All I'm
thought
saying is,
he thought they were gonna catch the trombone. He just tosses it, and it just crushes this dude in the face. It was fucking. It was
uh,
awesome. It was the
you gotta listen to
hands down one of my favorite things.
listen. But even then, you listen to some of this older music and you realize, like, damn, I can relate to this. Like, okay, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding, right? The whole song is about being a young man. You have no idea where you're going in life.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea what you're actually doing. So you're just gonna sit here and waste time because you don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, you have no purpose. There's no plan.
No purpose, no plan. There's no
Yeah.
really will to do anything.
Yeah.
When I sat down and figured out like what that song was actually talking about, I almost cried.
I think I'm going to have because I'm starting to find that I have emotional detachment just in general. I'm just not a very emotional person because I'm a man. And I have an issue of like not opening myself up because it happens to me even just in regular settings. Like women in particular, they're just like, I mean, do you even care? And I'm just like, I think so.
Every now and then you gotta let yourself have a good cry, man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm due. I feel like I'm due for like a real just home wrecking cry.
Yeah.
Just
I think I'm
that,
overdue too.
I'm one of those like I need one of those like ugly cry on the trains kind of nights.
Yeah, just a good one.
Like people are like, is he homeless or just sad? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
Well, I'm not allowed to cry in public because I ain't no bitch. But
I think I need to just so I can get people to get away from me. I just want people to leave.
Does he have AIDS?
He just got the test results back.
He's positive.
That's horrible. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here on a light and airy note. Let's talk about violent vehicular manslaughter.
Man, light and airy, the way I like it.
Let's cleanse the palate.
Just the way the good,
just the way
the good science intended.
Listen, I like to cleanse the palate with a good vehicular manslaughter. So, in the wee hours of was it Tuesday morning or was it? I think
so. Yeah.
Was it Monday? I guess Monday evening, Tuesday morning.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that I have the timeline correct. It actually really doesn't matter to this story at all. But so Henry Ruggs, former wide receiver of the Las Vegas Raiders, was in a DUI related. No, yeah, DUI. No.
And this gang shit, man.
Henry Ruggs was in a DUI related, or say a DUI crash that claimed the life of another individual in Vegas or in Nevada. I'm gonna say so. He was indicted 8 hours ago. So we'll say the wee hours of Tuesday. All right. So now the story's starting to develop, and I wanted to talk about it because of the alarming speed that this guy was going.
First of all, watch your mouth. He was on my fantasy team until I released him earlier today.
R.I.P. to the meat department.
I had to pick up his backup, Heyo,
who is not good.
No, but hey, the same shit worked with.
If you're a Las Vegas Raiders fan, just play good defense for the rest of the year. Because there's not a ton of playmakers on that offense.
Yeah, dude,
they're gonna run the ball 48 times a game.
Oh yeah. Listen, I did the same shit with Kareem Hunt's backup, who had one good game. But anyway, neither here nor there.
Yeah. So the report's coming out that Ruggs, when the accident initially happened, was going 156 miles per hour, which is NASCAR speed, with a blood alcohol content of 0.16.
In a 1960s Corvette.
In a 60s, I believe, Corvette. For some reason, nobody has printed the year of the vehicle. If anybody knows, can you please shout us out at WineBoysPod or wineboyspod@gmail.com.
First of all, listen. Those old Corvettes, were they fast? like the late 60s, were they fast?
So
they
fast.
were fast.
So fast.
However, we're talking about a 50-year-old car here. I'm surprised it could get up to that speed and not just shake apart violently.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he lost control, not because he was
it's
drunk.
Probably why he lost control. I don't think it's because. I mean, but at the end of the day, so he crashes this car, and now the mug shots are coming out, and he's looking fucking rough. I mean, obviously,
what was his blood alcohol content? Did they release that?
0.161.
Ooh, okay.
Which is double the legal limit in Nevada.
Yeah.
So here's the story. Basically reads. So his attorney told the judge that based on computer records, the Corvette decelerated from 156 miles per hour to 127 miles per hour before it slammed into a Toyota RAV4 at 3:40 a.m. on Tuesday morning.
Maybe you should have sprang for the carbon ceramic brakes, you cheap fuck.
It ruptured the vehicle's fuel tank. It ignited into a fireball.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So that's fun. All I can think of is like whenever I hear about like late model vehicles and them talking about like the crime, I just think of Marissa Tomei and My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, did the car have positive traction? Like it's, so the scene of the crime was a literal fireball. And which obviously I'm going to assume just incinerated the individual that was in the other car.
Had to.
It just, I mean, that is.
But here's the thing. This is what I don't understand, though, is like, what was he think? Well, he wasn't thinking.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like, I think about it from the perspective of the mental fortitude of a professional athlete. I'm the 1% here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the 1% of professional athlete. I'm the professional football player.
Yeah.
Nothing can hurt me. That's.
But even then, right? You got to think about it like this, okay? You've been drunk before, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Okay. So we all know around a 0.08 it's illegal to drive, right?
Yeah. And that's not even that much if you want to classify it.
It's not that much.
That's like,
but a 0.2 is around where
flavored
most people,
beers.
Yeah. But a 0.2 is around where most people black out. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So at a 0.16, you are fucked up.
Yeah. There's definitely some moving and shaking when to try to get the keys into the, because it's an older car, so he's probably trying to get the keys into the.
Yeah, but even
into the
then,
lock and twist it over. There's probably being dropped. He's probably doing the thing where he just runs into the car.
But even then, at 22, you hit a level where you are like, I am way too fucked up to think about driving right now. Mm-hmm. Right now, granted, we've made terrible decisions. I know I have definitely driven when I shouldn't have.
Oh yeah, I absolutely have. Right?
Yeah. But I was never doing 156 miles an hour.
Dude,
I didn't own a car that could do.
I was barely doing 20. I'm just like, just don't die.
Just thinking about it, I didn't own a car that could do 156 miles an hour at the time.
Not many could. Not many can.
Nah. Most max out around 120,
sedans 140 are not going that fast.
Yeah, you got to get some. These are special editions that are going that fast. You know, things that end in Hellcat, Demon, AMG, things with S's in them. They're going that fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still, even when I was in situations where I'm driving right now and I shouldn't be driving right now, there was no way in hell I was gonna try to push the envelope like that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely no way, because I knew it was just dumb, even at 22. So,
yeah,
I don't know, man. I just gotta wonder, where was, dude, just call an Uber or just white knuckle 10 and 2 at home. Why are you tempting fate?
Why are you having these? Yeah, why is the alarming realization that I should get behind the wheel of a car even the thing to do?
Mm-hmm.
But. That's not here nor there.
I can't judge that harshly because I have gotten behind the wheel of a car before when I was, but there was no way in hell I was driving that recklessly.
No, absolutely not.
Nah.
Not worth it. But and this is another situation. But I had this thought. We were kind of talking about this before we started recording. It's like All right, so Henry Ruggs is 22.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and there's a probability that he's going to go to jail, minimum 2 years. And the max I think is 20 years for.
I thought it was 15, but you might be right.
I think it's 2 to 20 in Nevada.
Okay.
So on the minimum chance that he does go to jail or prison in this case, where would you see him getting out? At the max, I'd probably say he would be going in at 23, coming out 5 years later or even just 2 years. So he'd be 25 years old.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me that a league that said, oh, Greg Hardy, you can beat the shit out of your wife, we'll take you back,
Right.
is not going to. Dante Stallworth, same, not similar, but not the same. Dante Stallworth.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, just like I said, these dudes, we're living in a league just full of felons. I mean, man, they really are. Not all.
Ray Lewis killed a guy.
Allegedly.
Ray Lewis killed a guy.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, well, he
did. It was after his career. I mean,
yeah.
He needed something to do.
Yeah.
He was
bored.
Yeah, you can only play so much golf before you just like murder.
Yeah. Those checks from Buffalo stopped coming in. He was bored.
Yeah. Hey, Twitter world. But I think there's a distinct possibility that my man's, even if he could avoid jail time, I feel like the NFL will then save face and be like, you need to go through this rehabilitation program and show us that you're worth everything to the shield. Yes.
The shield. The precious shield.
Yes, the shield that just so happened to finally give his players classic health insurance.
Right.
Policies of retirement.
Yeah. So Goodell, long-term aftercare. After your gladiator games are done. So Goodell sends a junior liaison to go talk to Henry Ruggs III. Because, he's not going to talk to him himself. Just a spokesperson. At this point, he's just going to zoom in.
Yeah, he's the mascot of the NFL. The mascot doesn't talk to the felon that he wants to save face.
Listen, bud, you're in some rough shit right now, kid. Here's how you know, though, that it's quiet for them. Is the Raiders released him right away before all this shit came out today.
Raiders are having a tough year, just as far as racism.
Yeah.
Racism and off the field issues are concerned.
This is the second time we've talked about the Raiders on this podcast.
How Raiders is it of them to have all of this happen? Like they've just been known as the franchise that is just win, baby, by any means necessary. Sure, we'll take a felon. Like they've always been that franchise. We're
leaving Oakland. It's time for a fresh start.
Yeah, let's go to the gambling capital of the world. Nothing bad will happen here.
Yeah, nothing at all.
We'll go to our Disney worlds.
What's funny though is they went to the gambling capital of the world. And has anybody gotten in trouble for gambling yet?
Not that I've heard of.
Yeah, nobody's gotten in trouble for gambling yet. It's just been racism and vehicular manslaughter.
Just the way God intended.
Just the way God intended.
God, I love the NFL. I don't even honestly, the best part of the NFL are the off the field issues. Like the games on Sunday are minute in comparison to this shit that's going on.
Yeah, who cares? Okay.
Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
I don't even watch on Sunday anymore. I go, let's get to Friday and see the real shit.
Henry killed a guy on a bye week. Okay.
And on that note, we are bye for this week. Well, thank you for listening to this lovely rendition of the Wine Boys podcast. Please like, review, and subscribe on all of our platforms. And also teespring.com/stores/the Wine Boys for your Wine Boys merch. That is in the link of my Instagram and my Twitter as well. I'm at I'm at Zach Cossack on Instagram and Twitter.
Nice. You can find me at Lord Jero on the Instagrams and the Twitters. Otherwise, buy some shirts. Shout out to Teesprings.
I already did.
Oh, you did? Shit. I don't listen.
You go to sleep. You tired.
I'm tired as fuck, and I'm thinking about vehicular manslaughter still.
I know. All right, let's get you to bed. We'll talk.
You still got some night owl shit to do.
I got some other shit to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get out of here.
All right. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
I love you. Please call me back.